Uh, Hello everybody. Today I'll be starting the topic as binary file, complete binary file. It has all the operations like searching, displaying, adding a new record, modifying and deleting the record. In a binary file, we have to first import a package called pickle. So pickle will help us to write and read into a binary file. Initially, when we are starting with a binary file, what I have done is, firstly, I've just created one record so that my emp dat file does not give any error if I am reading it in a read mode. And this code is required only for the first time. This code is required only for the very first time. After that, you can comment it, but this code will be there. If you want, you can delete it by using the same menu. Now I'm starting with the code. Now I've this is a menu driven program, and it has all the options of a binary file. So I have used while true. So while true means it is a infinite loop, and from the menu I can exit this loop because I have given the option as press 9 to exit. So I will just exit this loop. These lines are for menu driven programming. Now when you choose choice 1, that means if you want to search an employee ID. So what is the structure of my file? That is, it is in a dictionary. That is, first it is an employee ID, and after that it is employee name and its designation. Then second record it is employee ID again, and then employee name and designation. So this name and designation are in list. So what is my first choice? My first choice is to search an employee ID. So when the user press 1, then it will go in this code. So in this, I first ask that enter the employee ID to be searched. So in S, I've written in input enter a employee ID to search. I have opened the binary file in a read mode. So I'll just recap it quickly. EMP will be the file name, and .dat, it symbolizes that it is a binary file, and this is the mode. So R is a read mode and B means it is a binary mode. If I don't write this binary mode, then it will be treated as a text mode. So extension is not that important, but just to have a look at what type of file I'm writing, so I'm just writing it as a .dat. Extension will not matter. Only thing matter is this B in the mode. It can be in a read mode or a write mode. In this line, I've used the pickle package. I've used pickle.load and the file object. It will return me the entire data of the file in the variable itself, data. I've given the variable name as data itself. So if I want to search it, this is the format of the binary file. It will be same as I have written. So this data, this will be my dictionary. So in dictionary, I'm using the function as keys. So data.keys. So in this line, it will give me true and false if S is in data.keys or not. And why I have used keys? Because my employee ID is in keys. So if this is true, it will display me the employee's details. It will display the employee details. Otherwise, if it is not present in the keys, that is, if employee ID is not present in the entire binary file, it will give me a message: employee ID does not exist, or employee ID not found. Now my second choice is displaying all records. Next is my displaying all records. So here elif, I'm using elif because this is in continuity with my choice 1. So all the choices I'll be writing with elif. So I don't need to revise this. I'm doing the binary file portion. So if choice 2 is chosen by the user, then I will read the binary file in a read mode, and I will display the load the entire content of the file into a variable. So I'm revising it again. This pickle, it is used to read and write from into a binary file. So it will read the entire content and it will write the entire content to a binary file. So this load, it will load the entire content into a variable called data, and this is the form. This is the format of my displaying the data. So just in a tabular form, I have given the heading as ID, name, designation, and in this for loop, I am using the loop for dictionary. So in dictionary, I have to use two variables, that is k and v. You can say just the initials of key and value, because dictionary, it stores the data in key value pair. So I've used k comma v, a short form of key and value, in data dot items. So data dot item, again, data is my dictionary, so items, it will return me in a key value pair, and I am displaying it separately. And again, my value, it is in list form. My data is in list form. So this v is my data, and I'm using the list loop here again for displaying my name and designation, which is in list form, and k is my key. So this will display entirely in my single line, because I'm using end is equal to slash t. So it will give me a gap of slash t, but it will print in the same line. And the next record, for the next record, I'm using a blank line. So print, it will display me a blank line. So this entire loop, that is loop within a loop, this entire loop, it will display me one record at a time in one single line, not in separate lines. Now next is option 3, that is adding a new record. So adding a new record, choice 3. What I have done is I've opened it in a read mode, and again read the entire content of the file, and I've closed the read mode. In this code, I have taken in this code, I have taken input from the user, whatever data I want. Now this data is the same, has the same data which I have loaded from my binary file. So this line, it will add one record in my variable data, which is of dictionary type. But just remember, this data is not writing into a binary file. This is just a variable. So I will again write this data into the same binary file. So here again, I have opened the same file in a write mode. Earlier you have seen I have opened the binary file in read mode, loaded the entire content and closed the file. So this file, it has been closed. Now to write it again, I have opened the same file, but this is in a writing mode. And again B, it means it is a binary file. Now I have used here pickle.dump. This is different from pickle.load. Pickle.load, it is used to read the entire file, and pickle.dump, it is used to write the entire content into a binary file. So you can also observe that there is a difference in the format. Load, it is taking the argument of file object, and it is returning the data of the file. In pickle.dump, it is writing the data into this file. Now why I am required to read first and then close, and then write and then close? Because pickle does not allow me to change in the middle of the file. Pickle loads, that means reads the entire content in one go, and it will write the entire content in one go. So I cannot do that. I should read the data a bit, then write something and then close it. It is not possible using pickle. So that is why I have opened in read mode for earlier data. Now I have appended that data here, and then I have opened this same file in W mode, that is write mode. Remember, not append mode, write mode. I have dumped the entire data and closed the file. So this will add the new record. So it requires me to read the data first, save the entire content into a variable. Now I will close the file as file is not required. Now taking all the contents which are required from user, that is inputting, then this same data variable, I am adding new value. It will depend on the format, and I am writing it here in a W mode, because I am explaining this again and again, because the remaining portion I am using the same concept later also. So I'll just quickly go through that. Now next is option number 4 is modifying a record. Next option is modifying a record, option number 4. So you will again observe the concept is the same, that is I am reading the content completely in read mode, then again I am writing it and writing the entire content. Now in middle I have used the dictionary keyword, dictionary variables features to edit the variable. Only that thing is changing in adding a new record and modifying it. So again, I am reading the entire content. This is in read mode, loading it in a variable and close the file. Now I have asked the user that which ID you want to edit. So I return ID, enter an ID to be modified. If this ID exists, only then do something. Otherwise, display the message that ID does not exist. Same as searching. Now, if the ID exists, what I'll do is I'll ask the new value which I need to change. Now, this is the property of the dictionary now, that if the ID is same, then it will just overwrite it. This line is same as in my adding a new data. The difference is if EID, that means if key is repeating, it will overwrite the data, and if key is new, then it will add a new record at the end. Dictionary is my non-sequence data. So I have changed this data, and now again the same concept of adding a new record. I have opened the binary file in write mode, dumped it, and closed the file. Dumping means writing this data into the file object. That's it. So these things you have to do for a binary file. Now next, fifth option is deleting a record. Fifth option is deleting a record. Sorry. So fifth option, deleting a record. I'm going to the option of if elif choice equals 5. So this is deleting a record. Again the same concept. I have opened the file in the read mode, loaded the entire content and closed the file. Now if I am deleting the file, I have to delete it from the variable data which is of dictionary type, and again I will write the same thing. So this is a little shorter code, but concept is again the same. I have asked for the ID to be deleted, and again if ID in data.keys. So this data.keys, I have used it 4 times because this data is my dictionary and keys is the function. So if EID is in keys, then only I will delete it. So del, this is a keyword and it will delete this key. So this data that is of type dictionary, it will delete this EID key. And again, I'm opening the file in the write mode binary, dumping the entire content and closing the file. So this concept is being repeated, that is reading first, changing the data, this data, and writing that data completely. And this else is there, else is of this else, that if it does not exist in the keys, then it will display me EID does not exist. And last option is elif choice equals 9. That means if you want to exit it, then it will be exit. And this else part is there. If you are not using any of the if elif options, then you will get an error that Invalid choice, enter again.